Hell isn't just pain, it's eternal punishment. Close your eyes for a moment, erase all the comfort, peace, and ease from your mind. Take your thoughts beyond the battlefield to that harsh day in the future when you've taken your last breath and the judgment is over. Now you're standing at the far end of the dark bridge of Pulsarat, your destination set. Hell. Your body feels weak, and all that's left is helplessness and deep regret. Right now, they're being dragged toward a pit of fire that's 70 times hotter. This isn't just any fire. It's Allah's wrath unleashed, held back by 7 seals. At that moment, the angel guarding hell's gate, Malik, isn't even looking at you. He's silently furious because Allah has commanded no mercy for the damned. The terrifying silence of the angels will tear your soul apart. You've stepped into a place where even the light is dreadful. You can smell it in the air, burning flesh, melted pus or gasoline, and the stench of blood-mixed fluids. Every inch beneath your feet feels like fire burning the skin all the way down to the bone. According to the Qur'an, Surah Al-Hajj 22:19, boiling water is poured over your head. It melts down inside your stomach. You feel like this is it. I'm done for. At that exact moment, you think, please give me freedom. Just let me die once. All the power, all the pride, all the laughter of 70 years in this world turns into a loud, desperate cry in an instant. This is eternity. The first breath is nothing but pain. But wait. Hell isn't just about burning. It's the start of endless chemical and spiritual agony. Have you ever wondered what that kind of life would actually be like, where time itself works against you? After 100,000 years, how do you think your days would go by? After 5,000 years, would the burning feel like just a nuisance, or would the fire only get worse? The first day in hell, and 1 billion years later, will your burning be the same? Or will it have changed specially to cause even more pain? It's gone. Why is there no death or sleep there? And after billions of years, how will your soul and hope be? Why is love for one another missing there? These questions are the endless mysteries of hell. Today, we'll go beyond mercy and dive deep into the religious source of that eternal, mysterious torment. We'll learn about the unimaginable routine of life in hell that will make your hair stand on end and make this fleeting life on earth feel incredibly precious to you. As we grasp the horror of hell, suddenly you might think, why isn't my body burning to ashes? If this keeps happening, your body would just get used to it. The thing is, here on earth, our body cells get tired and burn out. Our nervous system can't handle too much pain, so it makes us pass out. But the fire of hell is 70 times hotter than any fire on earth. It's not just heat, it's fierce, intense fire that reaches right to your liver. Surah Humazah, verse 104. The body in hell is made in a way that only to feel pain. Since the purpose of punishment is to cause pain forever, rest or sleep, which are physical reliefs, are completely absent there. Instead, whenever the skin of the body burns to ashes, Allah will replace it with new sensitive skin. This process will go on forever. The Qur'an says, indeed, those who deny our signs, I will admit them to the fire. Whenever their skin burns, I will replace it with new skin so that they continue to feel the punishment. They will suffer. Surah An-Nisa 4:56. This process is not just about replacing skin. It actually multiplies the ability to feel pain many times over. There, the source of light will be directly the wrath of the Almighty Allah, Lord of all worlds. That light won't give off warmth like the sun. Instead, it will be a blazing flame of darkness. Seeing it won't bring peace, only more terror. The inhabitants of hell will stay awake forever, but their eyes will never feel sleepy. Every moment they will fully experience intense pain. This is the supernatural physics of hell. Now just imagine if there's no hope of your pain ever ending, how endless life would feel. It's almost impossible for the human mind to truly grasp this because our brains are wired to expect change and rescue. But in hell, there's no change. According to authentic hadith, after entering hell, a final decree will be announced. The hadith says that after the day of judgment, when the people of paradise enter paradise and the people of hell enter hell, death will be brought in the form of a donkey to hell, and in the middle of hell, people will be slaughtered. Then it will be announced, "O inhabitants of hell, you will stay here forever. There is no more death." What's the philosophical impact of this announcement when someone in this world is going through extreme despair? Their last refuge is death. Death ends all their suffering. But in hell, by declaring the end of death itself, even that final refuge is taken away. Being eternal means this pain, this regret, this burning smell will never stop. When you realize that this burning, this hunger, this fiery clothing, music will never be taken away from you. So can you even imagine how that ultimate feeling of despair would be? It would be the complete loss of hope and freedom. The people in hell will scream out loud and call, "O Malik, tell your Lord to let death come upon us." Surah Az-Zukhruf 43:77. But their plea will be denied. After 100,000 years, they'll still suffer from intense hunger and thirst, and the impossible bread to ease their pain won't come. Now the question is, what will the people in hell eat and drink for all those thousands of years? Here in this world, our hunger eventually gets satisfied. But in hell, it'll be the complete opposite. Hunger won't just stick around, it'll keep getting worse every single moment. The people in hell will scream in pain because of this hunger and beg for some relief. They'll be so desperate for food and water that they'll want anything to put out the fire burning inside their stomachs, even if it's something awful. According to the Qur'an and Hadith, the food for the damned will be a cactus called zakum, which looks disgusting and is as hot as molten copper. Driven by intense hunger, they'll have to bite into those thorny fruits. Surah As-Safat 3766 says that these fruits will enter their stomachs and tear their insides apart. But eating them won't satisfy at all. After eating the zakum fruit, their thirst will become so intense that they'll crave water like mad. They'll be given boiling water mixed with pus and filth right in front of them. Drinking that scalding water will tear their insides apart. Surah Muhammad 47:15. You'll be there for countless millions of years. Hunger, thirst, pain. You'll be stuck in that cycle. The hunger won't go away. In fact, every time you eat, the pain will only get worse. There you might spend hundreds of years gulping down boiling water, because after drinking that water, your stomach will swell so fiercely it'll feel like you're a boiling pot yourself. Then, after 5,000 years, how will the people in hell spend their days? Their social life will be bitter and full of violence. In hell, their relationships will be hostile. They'll meet with their followers there. Just imagine you're sitting in a huge, dark pit. All around you are people dressed in clothes made by Alcatra. Right in front of you sits your leader or friend. Because of them, you chose the wrong path. The Qur'an says that when they argue with each other, the weak ones will say to the proud, "You forced us to follow you. Now can you take any part of the fire away from us?" Surah Ibrahim 14:21. This is what the social life in hell is like. There's no love or sympathy there, only harsh blame against one another. Oh, the hatred. Even the devil on that day will try to prove himself innocent, saying, "Allah's promise to you was true, but the promise I gave you was false. I had no power over you. I only called you and you responded. So don't blame me. Blame yourselves." Surah Ibrahim 14:22. Maybe after 5,000 years, you'll be drowning in deep loneliness. But even in that loneliness, your mind won't stop. It will keep going over and over again. You'll remember the old days. At some painful moment, you might think of that friend or companion who led you away from prayer. In that moment, you'll want to yell at them, blaming them. "You're the one who stopped me from praying in the congregation. Look at what I've ended up with because of you." That conflict and mutual hatred will keep eating away at your mind forever. This memory will be part of your punishment. The craziest and most shocking thing is how different the state of the damned will be on the first day of hell compared to 1 billion years later. In this world, over time, things usually lose their quality. But in hell, it's the exact opposite. There, the bodies will become bigger and way more sensitive to pain. According to Hadith, the teeth of the people in hell will be as big as Mount Uhud, and their skin will be as thick as a 3-day journey. In other words, their bodies will be made so huge that they feel the fire's heat much more intensely. Even after 100 billion years, a person in hell will be far more twisted and at the peak of suffering than they were on the first day. The pain there will never stop. The level of suffering will always be at its peak. The Qur'an says that the clothes of the people in hell will be made of pitch, and their heads will be covered with molten copper. These clothes will become even hotter over time. According to the Hadith, the poos that comes out of their bodies, if thrown on earth, would fill the entire world with a terrible stench. The people in hell will spend countless millions of years surrounded by this awful smell. Their bodies will feel the exhaustion of 1,000 years. The greatest punishment in hell is losing the chance to speak with the Almighty Lord and a lack of mercy. On the day of judgment, when the believers get the chance to speak to their Lord, the people of hell, feeling hopeless, will ask the angel Malik to intercede for them. But when no relief comes, they will finally call out to their Lord, saying, "Oh, our Lord, get us out of here. If we do evil again, then we are the real wrongdoers." Allah will then not even look at them and will say, "Stay here in disgrace and don't talk to me." Surah Al-Mun 2:38. This verse is about the people of hell. The greatest fear is being completely rejected by the Creator. That one moment will be more spiritually painful than the endless burning torment of hell for millions of years. Believers will be close to their Lord while sinners will be rejected forever. The despair, the emptiness, the agony of that rejection, no being can put it into words. Thousands of millions of years will pass, and they still won't be able to say a word. Their ability to speak and call out to Allah will be taken away. That's the real punishment of hell, the absence of the Creator's mercy and forgiveness. Hell is a journey of punishment that has a beginning, but no forgiveness. It's like a book where every time you turn a page, you find new despair and ways to be punished. Our life in this world is not even a drop in the endless ocean, yet for that tiny drop, we often push our lives toward hell, and we forget about that eternal torment. Just think, do you want to be one of those unlucky souls who even after 1 billion years will still be burning in fire with their twisted bodies, along with their sinful companions and followers? You'll spend eternity in violence and conflict. If you don't want that, save yourself from the colorful but temporary illusions of this world. Ask Allah to free you from the fire of hell, because Allah has promised to protect His fearful servants from the severe punishment of hell. But to receive that promise, you have to keep fighting the ultimate battle right here in this life. May Allah protect us all from that eternal punishment and grant us the ability to reach paradise. Amen. Allah.